Looping in Dead by Daylight is, as I see it, partly an art form and partly a hard science. What do you do to improve your looping skills? Do you just keep playing and hope you'll naturally improve over time? Watch content creators and try to mimic what they do, or watch specific tutorial videos? I personally do a mix of all three, but what else can I do? Call me strange, but I always loved school as a kid. So in my imaginary DBD school for myself, I decided it may be helpful for me to study my own chases. This way I can break down the things I'm doing well and try to identify any frequent mistakes I'm making. At the end, I will try to give myself some homework on areas to focus on. Just a disclaimer, I am not an authority or expert on looping techniques, just another DBD player trying to learn. If you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing. I also post a variety of other DBD content. So without further ado, let's get into our first chase. Okay, first up, we've got an Oni on Badham. I kind of think I didn't know where he was coming from, but luckily he feared that pallet stun. I rotate to the longer side of the loop, which was smart. Fake the drop, and he falls for it again, luckily, so I can go around again. Now here, I'm wondering if I stopped and dropped too early, but I'm not sure I would make it around the car again. I could have played the smaller side there, but that's riskier. So now, by choosing this back corner, I potentially zone myself, but I think it would have been tough to make it anywhere else useful. I go to the edge instead of just waiting by the pallet. However, I got stuck really bad here, so that got me hit. I also think I could have been holding this a little tighter, which may have gotten me to the pallet. Unfortunately, looping around this way, there's just no way to avoid getting zoned to the back corner. I'm not sure if there's a better way to prevent this, possibly not going to the edge of the loop and actually going to the pallet, but that's assuming he just follows straight behind me. It's possible he loops around the bush, and then I'm still just stuck on that side. Just a little side note on this match, am I the only one who's ever been jump scared by an Oni before? Anyway, next up is Huntress on Dead Dog. I often struggle with knowing when to take that vault. She probably could have hit me if she didn't go for the gen. Trying to pop the gen there is diabolical. I have no comment, but luckily she kicks it again. Rotate to Shack, which is good. I can be decent at dodging hatchets, but I have noticed I'm too predictable and always go to my right. So I've been trying to first show them I'm doing that and then try to change it up, even though going left still feels a little weird to me. So here I could have maybe made a different decision, possibly go right and try to make it to main or the tile right out front of it. I maybe forgot within 10 seconds that this pallet wasn't there. So I take a hit and rotate back, and then I get massively stuck on this barrel. But somehow I still make it. I try to keep some objects in between us and get ready to dodge again, but she leaves. Next up is Dredge. I just unhooked Laura, and he has friends till the end, so he's likely coming for me, and I would like to take pressure off of her, so all she needs to do is lay low and... Well, at that moment, it was just time to mind my own business and try to loop the best I can. Now here, I camped the pallet since I was exposed, and I still have one to work with if he breaks it. Luckily, he didn't even break it though, and we have Shack. We see you, an object coming in handy. I really love the aura build for chases. And there's my arch nemesis. The hook at the edge of Shack I think is the strongest killer in the game. He thought I would take the window, so sometimes being unpredictable by accident can be a bonus. So he leaves, gets Meg, and now he's coming back. The strongest corner tech you'll ever see right there. And since I did that, I once again was not directly at the window, but I do still take a hit. Not much I can do there, I don't think. These pallets are still here, which is great. Reaction time not bad there because I didn't know his remnant was even there. Then I get a couple of my signature whiffs by just rotating like crazy since I can't 360. I'm not really sure if there's anywhere else I could have tried to make it to from here. Now we have a Wraith on Nostromo. The main things about this chase are that I was getting stuck way too much and not rotating my camera smoothly enough at all. I managed to live a little longer with the whiff and winning the 50-50 here. But my camera rotation was so bad here, I didn't even know that he went back around. But I can see that everyone's dead, so knowing myself, I was probably a little extra flustered. In this pinhead match, I was just unlucky and also had some not so great chases, so I wanted to at least last a little longer for my team. I went back out right there because I thought he was going to pick Ellen, and of course, I wanted to try for the flashlight save since I'm on death hook and will most likely miss it. I'm newer to using a flashlight, so please just bear with me. I was originally holding a good check spot there, so I start looping the T and L in the correct manner, and at first was keeping a good eye on him, but then not so much before the vault. But I'm probably not quite comfortable enough yet to make that without looking. So then I had no idea where he went, and looking back at it, I'm still not sure what he's doing. But anyway, I tried to get the blind here, and yeah, the chains were unfortunate. Now, another common thing I do is try to fake pallets and windows too much. I'm not sure if I could have made this though, it seems close to me, but I need to start trying to just take them more so I can get a better sense of it. And then I got stuck, and now of course was too hasty vaulting this one. So based on these chases, let's get on to the homework. Here's some things for me to pay attention to in my next chases. Hugging tiles tighter. This is always a common one that I'm fully aware of, so I'm always trying to keep working on that. Trying not to get stuck on things, also pretty common, and I know it's just a process, and I know it still happens to everyone sometimes. Keep focusing on my camera rotation, which I do actively try to do. Since I'm on controller, I got in the habit of just turning it every few seconds instead of rotating it the entire time. So I find it challenging to do and have been focusing on this a ton. It does kind of go out the window depending on how tense the situation is. Try to think about the next tile to go to. This is also pretty tough when you're already looping at one tile and need to be thinking ahead to where the next best place is to go. But that does seem to hinder me often once I get the most use out of wherever I am. I end up not knowing where to go and just start making questionable choices. Fake vaults less. This may seem like a weird one, but as I said, I do this a lot and I need to start getting more comfortable with when it's actually necessary to do so. So after going through this, I definitely think it was really helpful for me to give me some focus points for my upcoming matches. I hope it was maybe helpful for some of you in some way too. If you have any other suggestions for me, I'm always ready to learn. Stay safe while looping out there, and I hope to see you in the next one.